Hi, I'm Michael Phillips, film critic of the Chicago Tribune, and your host this month for the Friday Night Spotlight on TCM. We're calling it Future Shock. And where's that spotlight aimed? The future, friends, far, far in the future. And right now we have a double bill of time travel movies that will take us there, both of them showcasing Rod Taylor. First up is The Time Machine from MGM in 1960 and based loosely on H.G. Wells's 1895 novella. In the film, Taylor plays a fanciful version of Wells, here depicted as a Victorian-era inventor who has cracked the mysteries of the fourth dimension. Now, his initial journeys forward in time give Taylor's character some sobering glimpses of world wars to come in the 20th century, and then he swoops all the way to the year 802,701. Now, by this time, Earthlings have devolved into two groups, the underground dwellers known as Morlocks and the meek, pampered blonde people known as the Eloi, who resemble some of the shaggier chorus members of the musical version of Lost Horizon. What this world needs is Rod Taylor. Yvette Mimieux plays Weena, who gives the time traveler something to fight for. The Time Machine was produced and directed by George Pal. He was the Hungarian-born animator and filmmaker whose earlier works as a producer included the 1953 War of the Worlds, also from H.G. Wells. George Pal's special effects team won an Oscar for The Time Machine, and their work here included very creative uses of time-lapse photography to denote the passing of the years in an eye blink. As for the movie's star, the Australian-born Taylor, well, he'd been knocking around Hollywood throughout the 1950s, and in one of his earlier films, World Without End, he played a Mars-bound astronaut who ends up in the 26th century. We'll get to that picture in the second half of our time travel double feature tonight. Right now, with a supporting cast including Alan Young, Sebastian Cabot, and Whit Bissell from 1960, here's The Time Machine. I love that line when Whit Bissell, who plays one of Rod Taylor's colleagues, witnesses the Time Machine demonstration and then says, "Have you thought about the commercial possibilities?" Well, by 1960, of course, Hollywood was well aware of the commercial possibilities of time travel and futuristic scenarios. As for the producer-director George Pal, here's a curious fact. Later in the 1960s, MGM, who produced The Time Machine, had Pal in mind for a film version of the futuristic novel Logan's Run. That never worked out, at least with Pal, but the version that did get made in the 1970s aired on TCM earlier this month. Meantime, up next, Rod Taylor is back for more time travel, and this time he's an astronaut who blasts off in the present only to crash land back on Earth in the year 2508.
Tonight on TCM's Friday Night Spotlight, astronauts return to an unfamiliar Earth in World Without End. Then it's the TCM premiere of The Omega Man. And Don Johnson looks for love in a post-apocalyptic world in A Boy and His Dog.